Story Connect, a Pioneer podcast, helps you discover ideas to shape your stories and connect with your community. Love this episode? Follow Story Connect on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube so you don't miss your next great idea.
Sometimes the best storytellers aren't on your communications team. They're at your kitchen table. At White River Valley Electric Cooperative, a social media video series featuring Lineworkers' children captured hearts, racked up thousands of views, and helped connect members on a deeper level to utility staff. Plus, they were just so darn cute to watch. That's what we're going to be talking about on this episode of the Story Connect podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Megan McCoy-No, one of the storytellers at Pioneer Utility Resources. And I am joined by Jaime Dopp, Manager of Marketing and Communications at White River Valley Electric Cooperative in lovely Branson, Missouri. Jaime, thank you so much for joining me today. But you know what? It might sound like it's just a conversation between the two of us, but we're not alone.
Uh-oh.
We're talking in front of a fabulous live audience at Story Connect 2026 in Tacoma, Washington. Our co-op friends at Meridian Cooperative sponsored this storytelling moment. Thanks, Meridian, for supporting utility storytellers again this year. And it's a really special year for us. We're celebrating 10 years on the Story Connect podcast. And so we are here with our friends at Story Connect. Let's give a round of applause for all the ideas that have been shared on Story Connect. Yes. All right, let's dive into your story, Jaime.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, last April, your team shared a series of videos featuring kids of line workers, and they took off. Some had more than 10,000 views, which was amazing, and I believe all of them had more than 1,000 views.
They did.
That's just incredible engagement that you had. Where did the idea come from to feature children in these videos? And I know what everyone's thinking. Was it hard to get permission from the staff?
It was super easy to get permission. People like showing off their children.
No, I've never heard that before.
They do. And grandmas like seeing them online.
Yep. 10,000 grandmas out there. Yep. That'll do it.
The idea came for looking for a new way to celebrate our line workers on Line Worker Appreciation Day. So we created the series. The line workers' wives are a very tight-knit group.
Ooh, and if you have them on your side,
then you can
do anything. Yes, I love that. All right, so did you get them excited about it?
That's where it all started. I have the sweetest team in the co-op world, and one of them came up with this idea. And she reached out to the line workers' wives and said, we'd like to show this video on Line Worker Appreciation Day of your kids talking about how much they appreciate their dads.
I mean, you've got that for April, and all of us are going, oh. Y'all, you haven't even seen the videos. Let me tell you, the questions that they were asking were really simple, but powerful. Like, what's your dad's favorite part of work? What would happen if no one did their job? How did you pick what you were going to ask the kids?
We tried to keep it simple, like you were saying, because we had kids from 1 year old to about 10, 11 years old. So we needed to be able where they could all answer the best of their abilities.
Well, some of them couldn't quite answer, and that's what made it adorable.
That's what one of them just kept saying, Daddy.
Well, and the very first video that you posted was, where does your dad work, right? And just hearing them try to explain where he worked was really fun, too, and the way that they said the name of your utility. And that whole video was just the kids trying to say the name of your utility, which is a great way to get your brand ingrained in the community.
Yes, because during the intro, you may have noticed, we have one of the longest names for a cooperative. And so the kids would say White River with a lot of enthusiasm.
White River!
White River!
Keep going. Valley, electric, and then go. It was very cute. When you asked where the kids' dads work, it really resonated, and that's the one that got 10,000 views. Just, where does your dad work? Why do you think the way that the kids answered those simple questions, why did it connect so well with your audience? Because it wasn't all grandmas/grandpas.
Yeah, there were some cousins, too. Just kidding. No, it resonated because of the innocence of kids, and they're just so sweet. Our theme for 2025 was the people behind your power, and we spent so much time focusing on our employees, but really a strong part of the people behind the power are the homes that are supporting the people that work at the utility.
Oh, I love that. It's the entire family that's on the line, not just the line workers during the day. So bringing them in, showing that full picture, and then it's just makes your little heart beat, just watching these kids. Now, I think a lot of us know it would be really fun to do something like this, but featuring children takes some special considerations. There's privacy concerns. You might want to get some sign off from the folks. I know you said the line workers, wives, partners were excited about this and helped you out, but how did you take into account making sure you had permissions? Did you get written permission down to share? For getting a video series like this together? So
we asked the mothers to provide the videos, and they provided it. So we took that as their permission to use their child's videos. We did not put their names or who their dad was, so there was no identifying the child that way.
Yeah, okay, great. How many videos did y'all produce? Because it wasn't just one, and I don't think I even could count. Because you had them all branded a very specific way. They were all green with white, I think it was a white outline, and then the same font, which I'm a font freak. So I get excited when I see a very intentional approach to design and branding a video series like that. So how many did y'all make?
We ended up making 9, and the whole series had over 22,000 views by the time we were finished.
Okay. And this was just for line worker appreciation, but I'm sure you could reshare them and I'm sure you probably did, for Father's Day and other events throughout the year, too.
Yeah, we kept the series going. So we put the videos together as a long form and showed it to the line workers on Line Worker Appreciation Day. We do a lunch for them, and so we kicked it off by showing them that they did not know their kids had done it, so it was a special surprise. And then we broke it by each question, so we released the videos weekly or every other week and just kept continuing showing them.
I love that so much. From a production standpoint, what did it look like? Was it simple? I mean, you said that you had the line workers' wives get the videos to you. Did you let them know, hey, these are going to be for reels, so make sure the orientation is right? Did you give them a Dropbox link for sending it to you, or did they just try all texting your team?
It was texting my team. We did give them specific videos, instructions, try to go to a quiet place, shoot vertically. Okay. And they all followed the instructions well, that we didn't have to mess with any of it.
I love it.
There were some that were noisier, but it was such a great video series, and it showed that you really don't have to have great equipment to pull something great off.
Did you do anything special for the line workers' wives afterwards, or did they get the full video?
We sent them the full videos afterwards.
Yeah. And how many line workers do y'all have?
Oh gosh, I wish.
I surprised you with that question.
We have 5 service locations and have about 10 line worker per, so about 50.
Okay. So that's a big group to coordinate. Do you know roughly how many wives and partners help support the effort?
We had probably about 10.
Okay.
Which was a great mix and a variety of ages.
I love that. And I'm hoping folks are getting excited about this idea. I know it's a team, and you were stressing to me before we got into the podcast, you're like, I work with an amazing team. It's not just me. But what was your favorite part of working on the project? What moment really stuck with you?
So I helped closed caption it because there were some kids that were really hard to understand. So trying to figure out what they were saying. One of them said, when we asked, what does your daddy do? She said pole dancing. And I'm like, did she?
No.
Did she really just say pole dancing? Yes, she did.
I mean, I'm going down a whole other rabbit hole with that one, Jaime.
I wonder what kind of conversations happened in their home.
So that the pole dancing stuck with you. I like that. But I love that you had to translate. Did you leave it that way in the captions?
Oh, yes, of
course you did.
It was sweet.
And you wonder why they got 10,000 views. Are you going to follow up with the actual dads with their kids at some point?
We had a therapy session with the dad. Oh, no, about the pole dancing. Just kidding.
Oh, I love that. Now, you have a really robust social media presence, and I've followed y'all for many, many years. Not in a creepy way. I just like to peek over and see, what are they doing? But this performed, I would say, better than most of the content that you have had so far. Why do you think they performed so well compared to the typical utility content that you put out there? What made them stand out?
Well, I think it's hard to resist a cute kid. Kids and puppies, right? Like, but also, I think they also help tell a story that when the line workers are out restoring power, there's someone at home backing them up. One of the kids had mentioned that the hardest part of their dad's job is when they're not there. And so that kind of drove home that when they're restoring powers for our members, it's something more to them than that.
There's so much more behind the people that you see working on the side of the road. So I love that y'all were able to capture that, have that clear emotional connection. Did you learn anything from this? Because I've seen you're doing some other really fun things, and I didn't even get to dive into all of them. I think it's the Google search.
Oh yeah,
videos.
we did a play on the Google search, asking questions of our youth tours winners with the top questions to ask.
What? And I'm sorry for not prepping you for this, Jamie, but do y'all want me to ask her about this? Yes, okay. So this is going on right now, youth tour, and I saw they're holding up Google, and it has, what are they searching for?
The top questions we thought they would ask.
About youth tour?
Yes, about youth tour. And we had one of last year's participants come in, pull the strip off, read it, and answer about his experience on youth tour. And that was to try to garner more participants this year.
I love that. So I love that you're featuring more local faces, whether they're kids or they're youth tour participants, to answer questions. And I think ultimately it builds those connections, right, with your community, which is so important. Is it hard to do that?
A lot of people hide from us when they see our tiny mic around. We've been doing it with our fiber team because we don't have the cheapest packages or prices, but we are local.
And you're the best.
We are the best. We're fiber. And so we've been doing a lot of reels with them, with the people behind your fiber or your internet, and just doing little videos about what's your favorite place to eat here, where do you like to get coffee, and just localize ourselves.
I love that, and I think that's something any of us can do as long as we can catch them when they try to run away from us. So one last question before I let you go, because we could talk and we could talk all day about this stuff. I love it when folks are doing really fun things to connect with their communities and their staff, showcase and humanize their staff. But for folks that are listening, this might feel a little bit intimidating to try, especially maybe if you're a one-person shop, and a lot of us are. What advice would you give to someone who wants to create a video series like this?
Don't put pressure on yourself. It's really a lot easier than you think. Just give it a try, and people will watch.
People will watch. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with Utility Pioneers. And thank you to our amazing Story Connect audience. She is Jaime Dopp with White River Valley Electric Cooperative in Missouri, and I'm your host, Megan McCoy-No. Until we talk again, keep telling your story.
Story Connect is a production of Pioneer Utility Resources. Send questions to hello@pioneer.coop and learn more about our member-owned marketing agency at pioneer.coop.